Alright, hello, and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 3, and I have made a couple of changes since the previous episode. So, beginning with our Iguanodon 1, I've made it a little nicer for them, but as you saw before, I've added little signs everywhere. So, this one is going to be our European sign, and for our Asian sector, I have created this lovely little red and gold kind of color because I'm so original, and yeah. Anyways, there's a little statue in the fountain there, and our Chenjasauruses have done a lot of breeding work, which, good for them. You know, we love to see it. We play it so that we can maybe get a glimpse at some of the youngins. I've given them a lot of privacy in this enclosure, which I hope they appreciate. But yeah, there are many young folk in this enclosure. But I've also given a sign to the Guanlong, as you can see here. It's a little raised up, and yeah. Ooh, that's not good. I'm going to ignore that. But our Chenjosaurus have sort of bred like rabbits, and there are many of them now. I think we started with 4. Now we have 9. They have doubled in numbers, which is crazy, and they are absolutely adorable. Look at these little Nanotyrannus looking fucking motherfuckers. Yeah, Nanotyrannus is fun. That's kind of why I wanted to do Chenjosaurus in the last episode, is because of the Nanotyrannus news. But today, no time for that. Today we are going to be making our Therizinosaurus enclosure. So our first Asian herbivore. Now, for Therizinosaurus, I'm thinking I want a sort of big bamboo forest. So really dense trees, and it's going to be on a different kind of path. So instead of the typical path that we have been using, this very cool one, admittedly, I'm thinking the Therizinosaurus is going to be really shrouded in woodland like this. So just like that. And here we're going to get a small path, and I'll recolor it later. Right now, I just want it to go nice and deep into the forest, like so. And from there, we'll curve it out here. Now, the only thought that I had for Therizinosaurus is I wanted it to be in a big old bamboo forest. But what does that entail in terms of how we're going to look at things? I'm thinking now I'm going to put it in a ditch, because that's a brilliant idea. So it's very ditchy. Oh, I need to change my path to affect terrain, because otherwise I'm in a spot of bother. Let me do that actually. Just terrain on place. Okay, let's turn replace off, and let me just delete that, and then I'll redo it. That should flatten there. And that should be flat there. Okay, so back to business to defeat the Hun. Let's lower the terrain, make this a little bigger, and let's expand this outwards. I'm thinking of giving a walkway over, because the Therizinosaurus is quite dangerous. I'm now realizing I'm going to have to find a way for our paleomedical team to get in here, but baby steps. One thing in front of the other. Getting these edges are so very obnoxious. You know, whatever. Is the fall off the... The fall off still makes no sense to me. It's like not how it should be. And yeah, no, like everything is a little bit bass-ackwards, as people say. But I want this nice, big old area, this massive pit for the Therizinosaurus. I think that's enough. Clear out that, and let me fix the terrain that I have surely just fucked up. Dead serious, and don't call me Shirley. Okay, let me just... dynamic ramp. Alright, you know what? Just need to make this not look insane. We can have a little bit of a dip. That's fine. As long as we make the path smooth. So let me dynamic ramp again. Let me get it centered. Let me not exit out of the terrain menu. Dynamic ramp. Get that sort of centered. Smooth out this. And that's as reasonable as it'll get. So Therizinosaurus will go down in here. Give him a nice big old river. I don't like how you can't have trees over rivers anymore. But alas, that's the world we live in. Like, the water gets rid of trees now, which is... it is what it is. Let me lower the intensity, boost the radius, and just give it a bunch of bamboo. And I believe they like leaf. Let me put some ground leaf in. I think this as a nice little place to come across would be quite nifty. Yeah, like a nice little off the beaten path kind of vibe. Come here and voila. Cool. Let me transfer the Therizinosaurus in. I'm gonna need to get a second one. I'm now realizing, because they only print one at a time. This was our male, so we need a female.
Personnel, please stand by.
Let's get a delivery zone for them. Just plonk that right on here. Wait for them to bag that one. This might be the smallest exhibit, which is odd considering this would be the largest dinosaur in the park so far. But yeah, let's see how they're liking it when they get in, because I have hope. That's what I have. Okay. Ground leaf. A lot of ground leaf. Huh, they really don't need much of anything. Just a lot of leaf. And they're immediately fighting. Which means I'm going to have to make this accessible to my Paleo-Med people as soon as I can. And just like that, the Therizinosaurus exhibit is done. Thank you all for watching. Tip your waitress. No. Okay. I need to somehow get my paleomedical team access to this, because they are going to be fighting each other. They're not like the iguanodon, who are pleasant and not malicious. So this is kind of what I'm drawing up. And this is not the safest, but it'll give the medical team a way in. A very steep way in. Hold on. Let me dynamically ramp a whole lot further down. And then let's smooth this. That's the sound. That's the fucking alarm clock sound that I hate. So the medical team can get in here with much less problem. Now we are going to have to put a fence there, or a gate there, so that our Therizinosaurs don't, leave. I have K-pop Demon Hunters stuck in my head again. Very typical activities for this channel. Let me move the gate up a little bit so that I can actually smooth out the path. It's really not liking this smoothing, but that's fine. It will be extremely dangerous, but that's the job, and I would expect nothing less from my paleomedical team than to do the most dangerous shit for a fraction of the costs. And that's just the way it goes. And I'm thinking, what am I thinking? Nothing good is what I'll tell you. This might be too damn easy of an exhibit. So, the video will be 10 seconds long, right? No, I'm going to build a building to make everything so much harder. Alright, Therizinosaurus, comfortable, thriving. Let me get you a nest. So that when you guys do reach your old ages, you will not die. Let me find out where this thing exits. I built this damn nest. How can I not find the entrance? I think I put the entrance the right way. Did I? I did not. I wanted it facing out like this. Okay, cool. So the Therizinosaurus can breed, so they won't go extinct. Once again, leave name suggestions in the comments, because if you don't, I will be very sad. And yeah, hold on. There's no way that this was this easy. It can't be that easy. I guess it's that easy. Okay, cool. So we have a Therizinosaurus. But what we don't have is a good way to look at them, which is where we now introduce an incredibly bad idea, which is the power of, I guess the power of bridge. Alright, I don't want plaster in the Asian theme, because that's... Okay, that's not what we're going for. What do we have for roofs in the Asian theme? Besides, please don't all be the tile. They're all the tile, aren't they? They're all tile. Gantries, I guess? These are all going to be the steel or the wood. I guess we'll do wood. Turn position snap on. Let's rotate this the right way. And yeah, I guess away we go. Why are you slightly askew? You're not meant to be slightly askew, are you? You're not. Cool. This is so dangerous for my health. I'm realizing now that I may have made a slight kerfuffle, as the kids call it. Oh, the undo button works suddenly. I think I said that last episode, but I remember when the game first came out, the undo button would sometimes just decide no and fuck you and just not work, but it seems to be working now. This is a really, really thin like walkway into Doom. Alright, let's see. We're on 3 that way, 3 this way. So 3, 3. I think that's as long as we're gonna make it. Now let me delete this. I'm gonna add the edges. No, that's a corner. It's just gonna have to stay on. Neat. Okay, one of these is edge pieces. Or, that's not proper grammar, but just snap on. Come on. Come on, little one. Oh my god. Hold on. We go back into the freeform thing. Add to building on, random rotation off, collision on. Put in position, snap rotation back off. But where was I? Here? You're not the right one. Let's just snap on. Cool. Cool. I don't know why I'm suddenly deciding that I am nervous about this. I am not nervous about this. This is not real. None of this is real. So I have no reason to be nervous. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. This is not the right one. I need you to actually snap. That would be nice. Here. Rotation off. Angle snap. 15. Cool. Now, where's the corner piece? Where's the corner piece in the right size? Position snap. Why is it wrong? Set rotation on. Okay, cool. There. But why is everything wrong? Just put that there. Put that there. I got a better idea. I don't know why I didn't do this in the first place. Advanced move, 5. Did I seriously advance duplicate? Flip. Global? Oh, everything is slightly diagonal. That's what the problem is. Okay. That's not great. Admittedly. I'm realizing now that most of these are the wrong gantry piece. I need one with a curb. Where is a one-sided curb? There you go. 1, 2. Nope. It's just work, damn you. It's so inconvenient and inconsistent. And also, are we no longer connected? Oh no. What? Okay. Many things are going wrong. Position snap. Flip, damn it. No, I'm just gonna do this. I'll fix it later. See, sometimes it likes to work with me. Other times, it doesn't. There, just throw it on the edge. Just throw it on the edge. Just make it happen now. You can make it look good later. Advanced move. Why are we not in angle snap anymore? No, redo. Advanced move here. Angle snap all the way. Cool. Advanced move. Angle snap. Or rotate. All the way. That one's fine. Advance move. Rotation. Bang. Advance move. Rotate. Bang. I don't even have a proper inspiration for this build. All I know is it's vibes. Like, I wanted the Therizinosaurus in a bamboo forest, and because these guys are assholes, I knew I wanted to have it so that there was no way in hell that they were gonna even realize that they were being watched. That they were away from all of the things in the world that bring joy. And so I have. Oh no. These are slightly off. This is what happens when we don't use a grid. Confirm. Advance move. This is gonna actually suck now that I think on it. Like, getting this properly positioned. Oh my god, I hate the camera controls so much. Like, everything is so sensitive. Like, can't. I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get it. That is definitely as good as I'm gonna. Free look sucks. Placement also kind of sucks, but free look absolutely sucks as a camera option. Okay, cool. That's in. We move on. Let me get the fences that I want, and hopefully they'll snap into place. I'm going to use the same fences that I've been using. And let me guess, they don't snap correctly. My guess was correct. This is the thing about the angle snap. Sometimes it just doesn't like you. My god. Maybe this is just a mouse and keyboard thing. Okay, here's the thing. Mouse and keyboard is great for a lot of things. These precise movements, like with the mouse, are great. Camera does not have the same smoothness. The camera is going Mach 2 billion. Like, at all times. Which is why, if you, dear viewer, want to make documentaries or anything in this game, I repeat, do not use mouse and keyboard. Like, take a controller out, if you have one, and just use your controller. Like, plug it into your PC, or if you have a console, just use the console, and go from there. Do not, under any circumstances, like, try and get precise camera movements from the mouse and keyboard. You will fail. Like, and even if you don't fail, you will have a harder time than if you just used a controller. I'm aware that most people don't like using controller on PC games. However, if you're that niche person that makes machinima type things, and you use Jurassic World Evolution for that, do not, I beg of you, do not use a controller, or do not use mouse and keyboard, because you will suffer, and your camera moves will not be smooth, and you will feel shame in yourself. Like, when I first tried to do the documentary style content just on my own, like before I even like tried to do it on YouTube, I did it on, or I was doing it on my Xbox, my Xbox One in Jurassic World Evolution 2. And I don't think I ever published that video, but the controller gives you so much more it just makes life so much easier if you're going to like make anything that's going to require your camera to like not be all over the place. Use a controller, because the camera controls in this game are incredibly finicky. And I mean this with all due respect to Frontier. But camera controls are all over the place. I'm now realizing that, again, due to the camera controls, this is slightly off. And I'm not trying to be mean to Frontier, because they don't deserve it. But there comes a point when it's just like, come on, guys. What are we doing? Like, these camera controls are just... I'm glad they're here. But they're really difficult. I think these I can just rotate. And unfortunately, because I was a fool and I didn't group these, they're all individual pieces. Like, actually, wait, let me just group everything. Like, let me not be a fool for a moment. Confirm, create group. And now everything should I say. Oh my god, I cannot believe I was so foolish as to not group my stuff. Pro tip, group everything. That's why I was having... Everything makes sense. That's why I was having so many problems with straight lines. So I'm still having problems with straight lines, but neither here nor there. I'm an art student. I have plenty of problems with straight lines. Okay. Okay. Cool. Gantries. You get the stairs. Position snap. Alright, let me rotate all of this. Trying to get it straight. Global on the 15. That did not help. Yeah, I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it. Edit group. Gantry. Position snap. I'm realizing now that this is not what I wanted because I didn't use these. I used the fences. Okay. I can play ball. Let me erase you, duplicate you, shimmy you over. Pushing the wrong button. And then advanced move. Shimmy that back. So this is now viable. This is now a thing. Columns. I want wood. We do not have wood. In terms of wood, we have no wood. Put that here. Let me advance move it straight down to the bottom. There. And then let me throw some columns and stuff atop of it. Atop is... Oh shit, I gotta go to class soon. Ruh-roh. I should have been paying attention. That's neither here nor there. Bang. And come on, go up. And then let me just yoink all of that, duplicate it, shift it on over here, shift it a little bit better, yoink, and that is, I guess, going to be a wrap for today's episode, because I have to go to class. Let me just double check to make sure that these are opposite sexes. They are. Congratulations. So, let me get a nice, good look at our Therizzinosauruses. I can't even get a nice good look at the Therizzinosauruses. Okay. Here we are. Hello, buddy. Frontier, if you're watching this, please allow the capture mode camera to go lower. This is getting ridiculous. But, yeah, we have a nice, cozy little place for our Therizzinosauruses to habitate. So, how you, dear audience member, would go about seeing them is you walk on by, go down this here ramp. There will be a fence there so you don't jump and kill yourself. And you go across here. You can get a nice good look into the Therizinosaurus Valley. The Valley of the Scissor-Handed Fellas. Alright, and that's going to be the end of it from me. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.